This is the Nerdy Old Men Podcast, recognized by City View Magazine as best of the best in podcasts. And here are your hosts, the Old Bald Man Chad and Redneck Wes. Hey,
It helps if you hit the button.
shut up. Shut up. Hey, look, see?
Hey, it works.
We got the monitor over here. We're double checking it. So, hey, everybody. New employee over there.
Yes.
Over there. And he'll turn his own camera on in a minute there. But that's producer Brady. Producer Abby only does things behind the scenes now because she's a loser. But
She had to go out and get a real job.
that's true. So, had to go get a freaking real job on us, but that's okay.
Okay,
That's
you
all
can
right.
take the camera off you anytime. There.
It will. It will. Wes,
Got a delay.
you don't watch that, Wes.
Got a delay. I'm not on there for that
I
one.
thought he was milking it there. For a minute.
No, you don't watch that. So you watch this or whatever. But anyway, so here we are. Brady has helped us figure out a few things on this, so hopefully it'll look a little bit better than it did. Hopefully it sounds better than it did. When will I get hired, Gotham Archer? I don't know, man. We can find something for you to do.
I know who that is.
We pay very poorly,
Yeah,
so.
well, she's living rent free anyway.
Oh, okay. All right.
Very
I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
She was actually wanting to come in and run the cameras.
We'll have to do that
tonight,
sometime.
And
We'll have to do
I
that
said,
sometime,
"Yeah,
But anyway, so
thanks for listening, Pumpkin. We
Yes.
appreciate that."
yes. So, what do we got going on in the breaking news section for either of us?
Well, I mean, the 4th of July is coming up. So.
Yeah, so you're selling a lot of Mountain Dew, I imagine.
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. Yes, it has been a nightmare, but we survived it.
So, what are you doing on the geek nerd front? What's it going on?
Well, actually, we went and saw Supergirl over the
Yeah.
weekend. So I gave it a 5.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit, right?
a little bit.
Okay,
But
right.
Kaylee was very adamant that was the best DC movie that has been made.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I think it's pretty much because of crypto. But
Well, dogs make everything better.
so Kaylee would agree with that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But we did that, and then it's just been surviving, getting ready for the 4th of July.
Right. Okay.
So-
All right. Yeah, I've just been model building and stuff, and I've got
Well, I noticed the boys keep growing.
yeah, and I've got a orc jet back here that I'm taking my time with and working really diligently on. And I'll show a little bit for my face cam here. So it's it's a process, and I did some weathering on it today. Did some nice exhaust dirt and things like that. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to whenever I get it done, showing you all the final deal with it. But I also did a new model back here that's in the shelf for Warhammer. But that's kind of what I've been doing now. The my Works gaming group is having another get together at the office, and I'm going to be teaching Kill Team to probably 6 or so people, maybe more. So, Abe, if you're listening, I know you're going to bring some of your board stuff. He's been printing. He's a 3D print guy too, so he's going to bring a bunch of stuff. But we're going to do that, and I'm looking forward to that. We're going to do basic rules, very basic stuff, and teach them how to play. So I'm hoping to get enough of them together that really like to do it, and we can form a team. I can get their confidence up enough to go to
conventions
events. We get jerseys and the whole damn 9 yards. It'll be freaking awesome. But that's kind of what we're doing. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I know producer Brady's been playing a lot of Gary's Mod.
Oh, I mean, I've been doing that for
Well, I meant recently.
10 years. No, I mean, I've been playing Gmod and a bunch of other stuff.
And I have absolutely no idea what
It's
that
a
is.
sandbox game.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Give us a little lowdown on what that is.
It runs off Half-Life Source, Valve, Steam.
Okay.
You know any of that?
I do know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of just do anything in it. It's been a popular thing, like on YouTube especially, for like as long as the platform's been a thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got into it maybe like 2016, and I mean, I've just been playing it a lot more.
People make like full on like mini films and stuff
Okay.
using this. And
Yeah.
it's create like horror games or horror movie videos and stuff like that. And mainly when he first started playing, I kept watching him just set nukes off and blow
that's
stuff
all I
up.
did. I mean, that's kind of still all I do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and for anybody that's out there that's techie, and notice that we are using our Rode pod mics, and he's got a fancy Shure top of the line
It's my own
freaking. And he's like, I got to bring my mic in there. I can't use your all's crap. But anyway, so yeah. So we're, oh, there's something else that I was watching the other day that I kind of got excited about. I think you might like it, Wes.
What's that?
And there's a video game component, so you don't have to actually have the miniatures.
Okay.
I was like dilly-dallying around looking at videos, and I'd always seen Blood Bowl, which is a Games Workshop game. Okay, and it's like a combination of, and it uses miniatures, right? But they're from the old world version of Warhammer, which is like a fantasy.
Okay, yeah.
So there's
I am
orcs,
familiar with
there's
that.
orcs and vampires and all kinds of crap, right? Well, it's a cross between football, soccer, and rugby.
Oh, good Lord.
So there's not really weapons or whatever, right? But it plays on a football field, right? So if you buy the actual starter set or whatever, it comes with a football field. And there's guys that have made like full stadiums and
I was
stuff.
fixing to say
And there's
that.
a video game component of it that you can get on Steam and some other stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. But anyway, you have amount of coins. You have to pay for your team. You can have an apothecary, like a medic.
Yeah.
You can have cheerleaders, which boost different things. You can have kegs of beer, which apparently helps as well. And so you can have linemen, catchers, throwers, and I think runners, right? And they each have different skill sets, right? But the throwers are the only ones that can pass. And it's kind of like weird UFO rules, right? So you can throw from anywhere or whatever, but and you advance the ball and try to score a touchdown. But when you hit somebody, you block them or you blitz them or whatever, and you hit somebody, you can hit like lineman against lineman or whatever, right? You roll the dice and they'll tell you on these little picture dice what happens. So it's either a push or a knockout or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you push them, they just push them. But if you knock them down, they fall down. So you lay the miniature down, and then you roll the dice to see if you broke their armor. And if you did, then it damages them, either kills them, knocks them out. So if it's in the first half and they get knocked out, you got to put them, they're out. And you don't replace them. So you're down to 10 dudes, right? And then after halftime, you can roll to see if the knocked out guys come back.
Yeah.
And that's how, and it's so freaking fun. It looks so fun, and there's like crazy, and the animations on the video game version is hilarious, dude.
Okay.
So check it out. I didn't even know there was a game version, but I was going through videos watching these guys play, and I was like, that looks super fun. Because also the ball is like a base that you set your miniature on.
Okay.
And so when you kick off, you like if I'm kicking off to you, I place it where I want it to go, right on your side
Okay.
of the field, right? And then there is a dial that's like a sundial, but it's a little helmet and it has numbers all around, like 9, I think it is. And you lay it, you pre-decide which direction you're going to lay it, and it stays there, right? So it bounces. So you roll this D9 or whatever, and if it says 9, it goes in that direction. Then you roll a D6, this many squares, so it'll just bounce, right? And then you got to go and pick it up, and you got to roll to pick it up. And if you're running down the sidelines, you get hit, you fumble the ball out of bounds, it goes in the crowd, and then the crowd throws it back into just some random place. So
There's a lot of variables. in
oh
this
yeah,
game.
that's what it is. There's like, is there skill? Well, maybe.
But it's there's a lot of luck in the die.
Yeah, there is. There is.
Okay,
But-
well, that's-
so that might be kind of neat. But anyway, so we're going to talk about, and this was your idea, and you've come up with some really good ideas recently, believe it or not.
I've been on a hot streak.
You know, he's got them going. But what are we talking about today?
Well, the big scuttle on YouTube, the internet, and different places, people are questioning whether the reign of the superhero movie is over. Is there fatigue with superheroes?
Could be. You never know. But why is that?
Well, that's the question, and I'm really kind of hoping that the people in the chat chime in on this one. But there's kind of three main points that a lot of people look at, and one is just fatigue. That's what we've got is superhero movie. Everything's a superhero movie. Every movie coming out is a superhero movie. Is based on a comic, based on a cartoon, an anime, something along those lines.
Right.
And it's just oversaturation. And some people are just like, gosh, let's see something different. Let's see, anything other than another superhero movie.
Right. Yeah. And on top of how many, it's like the same character being portrayed by multiple different people too over the recent years. It seems like Superman.
Well, and it's one of those things where the second one is people are like, well, there's been ebbs and flows with superhero movies over the years. Like when Donner did the original Superman in '78,
Christopher Reeve.
Yes. Well, Donner was the director, Chad.
I know. I'm saying I know. I'm saying the Christopher Reeve movie.
Yes.
Yeah. God, jerk. Carry on.
Such a jerk. That reference was for you, Kaylee. But
There was a firefight.
fixing to be. But there was this, jump in technology that made that movie. They were able to, have Superman fly.
Right.
And the tagline was, you believe a man can fly. And so that set off, a couple of different, there ended up being 4 Superman movies, Supergirl. I believe there was a Superboy show, if I'm not.
Oh, back then,
Yeah.
maybe.
But, it kind of got, everybody's like, okay, yeah, that's, by Superman 4, everybody was kind of like, yeah, that's great. Superman 4 is really a horrible movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just-
Not good.
And so you kind of had superheroes drop off until Tim Burton decided to do Batman. And wow, those movies were great. And superheroes were back with a vengeance. I mean, Batman was everywhere.
Until, so, you got Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Joel Schumacher kind of just
all the color crap that was on there.
They
was so
really
bad.
tried to make it to where it was for little kids and McDonald's tie-ins and things like that. Which I get it. It's comics. It's colorful. Because the Tim Burton's Batman, '89 was just so
fantastic.
different.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I mean, it was so dark, compared to what we had grew up with, with the gray and blue, and he's in all black, and
yeah.
he was throwing people off buildings and stuff.
Or Adam West.
Yeah, or 66 with Adam
Yeah.
West. So, there's this renewed interest in superheroes again, and then it kind of started to play out, and then, we get Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, and everybody's like, Spider-Man was everywhere. And, there had been attempts by Marvel to make movies, which are very, very low budget.
Back in the day before the MCP.
Which I have them, and they're gloriously bad, but I love them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You can't help but love them. And so, you had the Spider-Man boom, and then it started to wane, and then you had in '08 the first Iron Man movie. Well, back that up. You had Blade.
That's the first. That's the start of the MCP, right? Was that Favreau?
No. The first Blade movie, I believe it was New Line Cinema did it, if I'm not mistaken.
But that was before Favreau. Favreau did.
This was before
Iron Man.
anything, yeah. And it was kind of one of those. They made this movie, and they're like, "We're not expecting anything out of it,"
Right.
and it did well. And it kind of saved the studio side of it. They're kind of like, okay, there's potential.
Right.
And then in '08, when you had Favreau come out with Iron Man, and I mean, honestly, perfect casting.
Yes, but then
It built this
things have
juggernaut.
started
It built
to
this
get,
juggernaut that there were so many movies, and it was like there was a lot of movies. I mean, they were coming out consecutively. Exactly. That's the way they looked at it.
Yep.
It was because I think Marvel might as well just have set a printing press up and they were just making
money.
bank.
Yeah, just printing money.
I was
But-
waiting for you to hit the.
Oh, the other money one? Yeah. Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
But it got to be where you had. Yeah, there it is.
That one?
A little late, but we'll take it. But you had all these movies coming out because they were building towards the Avengers, which everybody was like so excited about.
Yeah.
And DC was kind of like, "Hey, we got to do something. Let's put the Justice League." And it's like, you've not established everybody yet to make the Justice
Right.
League, so they had a very different opinion of how to do it than what Marvel did.
Well, what about now, though? Why is it? It seems to me like we were starved for that kind of stuff for a while, but now it's just flooded.
Well, you've got an oversaturation.
And then you got you're talking about like bad reviews,
Well, and that brings you to the third point. And the third argument people make is bad writing.
Yeah.
Because early on, they were spending a lot of time developing characters. And it was, what's funny is a lot of people were like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a big Iron Man fan." Because I know you were an Iron Man fan.
loved Iron
growing
Man.
up.
Yeah,
Iron Man was like a C-list character. I mean, he was not, the Avengers were not, because like in the 90s, the X-Men were hot. That was the book. And, everybody now, "Oh, yeah, the Avengers are great. Da, da, da." And it's like, ooh, times have changed.
but people say that because it's the Flash.
I know,
right
but
there,
they
yeah.
developed some really good stories for these movies. And they built on everything. But with an interconnected universe and all these properties, because they started doing TV shows and like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually became like a supplement because it filled in some gaps between some movies. And I know that when Captain America Civil War, or excuse me, when Winter Soldier came out, it basically changed everything that they were planning on doing. They were kind of like, "Oh crap, S.H.I.E.L.D. has just been took down." And so they had to pivot and come up with a new storyline for the next season because the movies, which are all interconnected with the TV shows, just completely blew up
Yeah,
everything that they had been building. So they're like, "Wow, that would have been nice to know about."
yeah.
And you had people start, there was some rumblings because people were like, "God, I hate having to watch this TV show to understand what's setting up for this movie, and or if you've not seen this movie, you don't understand what's going on in the show or why they're doing this, and well, where's so and so? Oh, I didn't see that Thor movie or that Cap movie."
So then it becomes a hassle
yes,
to keep up.
but if you're, because Marvel was putting movies out at a ridiculous pace. I mean, there was sometimes you were getting two movies in a year.
Yeah, you throw in Disney Plus and the series.
So then you could have like three things going on.
It's like
in a year.
it's an investment. It's a time
It
investment.
really is. But when you're trying to tell that many stories that quickly, your quality slips.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's a big argument people had, was just the writing got bad. And it wasn't on par with the earlier stuff where they were taking their time building to it. It was just push it out. What's the next thing? We got to have another hit movie. We got to have another hit show. And it just, people were just like, you're not writing good stuff.
right.
Which I think a lot of that gets kind of pushed to the side because they're like, "Oh, you're a fan of the MCU, or you're a fan of the DCU. You should like everything we put out."
Right. Yeah, and Brady, I know we got some comments there. If you want to read that off there with the if people.
I mean,
Oh, some got retracted. Okay, never mind. But there's a question there too.
just about to read them. Avengers versus Justice League. Who would win?
That's Avengers. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, and I'm a DC guy, but Avengers, there's more superpowers on that team than there is on the
well,
other.
I was actually, because I was asked this question by this person, and I surprised her with my answer because I said the Justice League.
Really? Why do you think that?
Well, one, the big blue Boy Scout, he's going to be hard to take.
Yeah, yes, but you've got a god.
Yeah,
On the Avengers.
Oh my gosh! You go on to Death Battle and all the other channel. Plug Death Battle. You go check out their channel because they actually did that fight, and but it's one of those things. a question like that is going to be argued either way by, I mean, the fanboys have argued that at comic shops for years.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think a lot of it is
and
always
their
gonna-
mom's basements.
Yes.
and things like that. So.
I think it's always going to come down to the writer of the story and who they want to win for whatever reason. It plays into their story.
Yeah.
How they want, because I know they actually did a crossover, Marvel DC, and there were fights like Batman versus Captain America. I believe at one point Wonder Woman gets Mjolnir. She picks up Thor's hammer, and I'm like, that's just nasty.
Yeah.
But she was going to fight Storm, I believe it was, and she actually put the hammer down because she said it wasn't a fair fight.
Yeah, all right,
So,
fair enough.
But it's just, I think something like that's going to be whoever the writer wants to win.
Yeah.
So,
But back to the fatigue thing, I haven't got. It's been a while since I was eager to watch a superhero TV show or movie.
mm-hmm.
And at first, when they were first hitting Disney Plus, and I was on it. I was
Mhm.
watching them. WandaVision, freaking great show.
I really enjoyed the WandaVision.
and-
A lot of people kind of dogged that one, but it was
loved
really good.
I loved it.
Once
I
you
got
figured-
it. I understood.
Well, I was going to say,
it.
once you figured out that it was, they were sitcoms from different generations,
Yes.
different.
It made sense.
It
I
makes
got
sense,
it. So,
yeah.
and then Loki was good. I liked Loki. I didn't like Falcon Winter Soldier.
I actually kind of like that one all right.
Well, there were parts of it I really
yeah,
liked,
there was
but-
parts that I didn't like.
But the thing is, they just kept kicking more and more stuff out, and some of it wasn't good, and I just got tired of doing it.
Well,
And
it's like,
I haven't watched a Marvel movie in the theaters or any superhero movie in the theaters in forever. I mean, I haven't had the desire to do so.
Well, why is that? Is it,
I
is
just-
it just
Yeah, it's just been.
just over?
I will tell you the last superhero movie I went and watched, The Batman.
I watched that.
Yeah, I liked The Batman.
I don't really know.
You're not a
much
superhero
about
fan,
it,
but-
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I mean, all the. It's gonna sound, who was the bad guy? It was
Riddler.
Riddler. Yes, Riddler. yeah.
Riddler. I thought he played that role great.
Yeah, I did too, and I like it. Being an old Batman fan, though, it was like The Dark Knight, and I think that it may not have gotten the best fanfare because it wasn't so flashy, but it wasn't supposed to be.
Well, it was really
But
supposed
that was
to be like
that was the
year
last one I watched.
Batman
Yeah.
was what it was supposed to be like.
Yeah.
I know some people didn't like the take on it, and you're going to get that. I mean, because it's like we went and saw Supergirl,
Yeah,
and that's the first movie I'd been to in quite a while. Because
and what did you think about it? Because you're real. I mean, you're not as particular as Toyman Terrence is.
Yeah, he
but
was- he was much-
You pretty close, man. You're pretty close.
He was much more. He gave it a 3 out of 10. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it just. I know what they were trying to do with the story.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into like a Supergirl recap here, but it was just
Yeah, no spoilers.
her story arc. They're really, I'm depressed and but it, kind of angsty, kind of
Yeah.
kind of a little Star
Yeah, like a
Lord-ish,
teenage thing, yeah.
Well, she's like, I think supposed to be like 23.
Right. Oh, well,
So
okay.
she's young, but it's the kind of I got to find myself.
Mm-hmm.
But it just that wasn't the Supergirl that I knew, so I didn't really connect with it. Because I'm like,
Did you go in though with an open mind of like I want to see
went-
what this interpretation of the character is?
yeah. I mean, I didn't watch any of the reviews. All the different channels on YouTube and stuff that are having reviews or posting.
Our channel should be where you go for
Yes,
reviews. That's a fact.
But I tried to stay away from it. It's kind of like what I did.
Brady's laughing at
I'll
me.
do reviews.
We have done reviews, yes.
We have
we,
done more reviews.
we do need to do more reviews.
Shut it, producer.
He's got the good ideas. Leave him alone.
But it was one of those. I went into it trying to have fun because I was there with my kids.
Yeah,
Kaylee actually dressed up as Supergirl.
of course.
I went to Walmart and bought a Superman shirt.
What?
Yes.
You didn't wear your Captain America T-shirt to a DC
It was
movie?
dirty.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah, of course it was. You would have if you.
But no, I wanted to do that for her.
Yes.
'Cause she was so.
You sound like this.
No,
didn't.
but actually, people came up and actually
Well, of
wanted to take
course.
pictures.
Yeah,
with
your
her,
kids
you
do
know,
good with the costumes.
So she was excited about that, but I think her big take because she's such a dog person. I think.
Well,
crypto
yeah,
was
no,
kinda her
and that's
thing.
okay, and I think that's a good thing, and you know, and lots of movies appeal to kids. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be, you know, and that's okay, right?
Yeah, you gotta get that sweet toy
but
money.
we're looking at it. We're looking at it from the freaking grouchy ass Gen X view of it. Right?
It was just like it's not the character that I know.
But you gotta
And so
suspend that.
yeah, I kind of, but it just wasn't. To me, it wasn't well written. You know, you kind of seen what was going to happen.
Right,
You know,
okay.
Lobo was the best part of the movie.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, he was hilarious. I mean, I would have liked him to have been bigger.
So Momoa has played two different DC
Yes.
characters now.
But it was funny because they had a really good look for him. I just wish that he'd called himself the main man at some point.
Because that's his thing.
That's his thing,
Yeah.
but he didn't do it. You know,
Yeah.
so I was just like, but they really kind of got the humor of the character.
Yeah.
And then the girl that she helps that's got the whole revenge quest thing. You know, it's just kind of
Well,
like,
I mean,
eh.
you do have to go into these things, I think, with a little bit of open-mindedness. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't have any desire to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I really don't. And it's just because outside of Batman, I've just not been a big DC fan. Batman and his Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
The bad guys for Batman. That I love and always have. And I've said that before on this show and why I like it is because there isn't superpowers.
Well, you've always been a fan of the bad guys too.
The bad guys and the normal people. That's why for like Star Wars, I liked Andor and Rogue One because it
Yeah.
was the normal, not the space wizards, not the magical powers and stuff. But that's just me. So that may not be my interest. But when I did go in to Masters of the Universe, when I watched it, going into it, I just put away my expectations.
Yeah.
And it met all my expectations, though.
Well,
I tried to put it away, but it still met everything I wanted to do. The characters were everything that I wanted them to be. So I get it.
Because I've not seen it yet, but I have purposely,
We talked a little bit about it last
like
time. Yeah,
avoided anything. But was it a well-written movie?
yeah, it well enough. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it really did well. I thought
Because I think that
I
really
think
is a
it did.
lot of people's people that put a certain spin or agenda on things. If you don't like it, they like to call you X,
well,
Y,
no,
or Z.
I felt like it was really good, and one thing that I think was really cool, and I didn't realize this, and I actually saw a picture earlier, is the guy that plays Fisto
Mhm.
went to the premiere with his Fisto action figure from when he was a kid in his jacket pocket.
And
So
you've done
you've
that
got
with your
I did
your
it. So you've
He-Man.
got a character, you got an actor playing a character that knows the character because he loved the character. So
That's
you
always
get a little
cool.
bit. I don't know if anybody else, because most of them, like Tila and He-Man, those actors or actresses are
They're
very,
very
young,
young,
so
yeah.
they're not in that. But it was fantastic. Loved every bit of it. I know it's a little bit off of. Where we normally are with this, but it was good. And my point is I suspended my.
Well, I think
my
too, though, the fact
beliefs
that
on
you
it.
said that it was well written.
I thought it
because
was.
there's some movies.
And you said that that Supergirl was not.
I
in your
didn't think it
opinion.
was. I mean, because I don't know if it was just because you've watched so many movies like this, you kind of seen what was going to happen,
Oh,
and
well, yeah.
the villain was kind of like just,
Well, they're kicking stuff out quick, and I think that goes back to the title of the episode today, which is the fatigue. And I think yes, the money. They
Yeah.
want it. They can kick it out. People
how
have,
fast can we get it
you know,
out? How-
a lot of people have short attention spans these days, so they get as much as they can right away, right? It flash in the pan, doesn't have to be super deep. But for guys like us, I'm like, I kind of want a little bit more oomph behind the story.
Well, and
A little bit.
that was
anyway.
what was nice about like the early MCU. You know, like Phase One. It was they really spent time building. The
Go back and
characters.
look at Iron Man. The first Iron Man, like half the movie, he doesn't have a suit.
Yeah, he's
But it's
stuck in a cave.
good, though. It's good.
Yeah.
You know? So it kind of gives you that backstory of Tony Stark. And I liked. So, like I said, I don't have any anticipation of watching this, but they're supposed to be doing a sequel to the Batman. I will go watch that. I enjoyed it. We watched it in, what was it, 4D? Is it 4D? Is that the theater where it actually sprayed water on you? And
Is that 4D?
I think that's what it called. The
Yeah.
seats move and it sprayed water, which was pretty cool, man. The car chase with the Batmobile going,
Oh, yeah.
that was wild.
Now, I will say this: there was a preview for the Clayface movie. There was a trailer for it
Okay, all right. In Supergirl,
in Supergirl.
Okay.
And I actually think that
now,
and
Clayface is a Batman villain.
he's a Batman villain, but it's kind of a standalone movie for him.
It's like an origin story of
yes,
Clayface?
but
Okay.
it sets it up as like a horror.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's
That's
a
pretty
really
cool.
different take, and that character would be great for it. And honestly, I was like, "Ooh, I would like to see that." And I'm like, I didn't even say that about Doomsday.
No, but there's so much richness in these stories of, especially the Batman rogues gallery, but a lot of the DC villains.
Mhm.
It's just so dark. And, you know, back years ago, 2011 maybe, 2010, 2011, they came out, when I was still collecting some comics, they came out during, I think it was the month of October, and it was a villains thing with DC, and each issue was a standalone issue about the origin story. I still got them in there from Batman ones, and those were fascinating. Those are so good to learn that backstory of all of these. You know, the Mad Hatter, which is god awful, gut wrenching story.
Yeah,
And Sandman. You could make movies out of those and make them deep and gritty, and I think people would enjoy that. So,
but then you get into the whole, how do we market this towards kids? Because
well,
unfortunately,
I don't think the Batman was.
I know, but unfortunately, that is kind of the studio's version.
Which, you know
because-
what's funny though? What's funny is the Batman, I think, wasn't oriented towards kids. And you could go into Walmart and all the toys were on sale. And I
if
think
you're a
that I think that's the
collector-
point, though. I think that's the point, is because they didn't, they didn't. The movie wasn't oriented towards kids, so
Well,
they didn't buy
if you
the
make a movie
toys.
towards kids, and you're in league with Hasbro, $2 one.
Yes.
You got to have Batman. If you're doing a Batman movie,
Mm-hmm.
well, you got to have the Joker because he's got to have somebody to fight.
Right.
Well, Penguin, you got to have him too. Catwoman can kind of either fight him or help him.
Yep.
And then the next thing you know, you've bought 20 figures.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they're sitting over at Hasbro just so
That's interesting.
I mean,
But I do think that there's a fatigue in the.
well, and I think it's
in
just
the
not
world. I mean,
one
I
thing.
felt it. I'm just like,
Yeah, but I think it's not one thing.
no, and you can even go beyond that. We're talking about superheroes this time, but I'm we're Star Wars people. I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge Star Wars fan, and I got Star Wars fatigue. Never thought that happened.
I didn't either, but look at the writing on a lot of it.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't hang with.
Yeah.
Acolyte couldn't hang with.
Good Lord.
I just didn't like it. And then there was another
Well,
one. There
when
was
you
there was
take
there was another one with the
established lore.
kids, Skeleton Crew. I couldn't hang with that either.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, because I was like, okay, this is going to be like Goonies
Yeah.
in Star Wars, and I just couldn't hang with it, man. I just,
And
and,
it's-
I mean, I
it's-
guess maybe it would not marketed towards me, and that's okay. I don't expect everything to be marketed towards me.
But when you have that connection to something like Star Wars
Yeah.
or a particular superhero, I mean, because I'm a big Doctor Doom fan.
Yeah, huge Doctor Doom fan.
When they announced RDJ was playing Doctor, I was screaming at my phone.
Yeah,
'Cause I
but
saw
you
the
got to
announcement.
go into that again. You got to go into that and forget that he was Iron Man forever.
Well, I know, but it's like I had actors that I really wanted to kind of,
Yeah, oh yeah,
Well,
we all
so,
do.
and you're just like, God, I want you. Yeah, I mean, really, that's what it was. I was just annoyed with it.
Yeah, that's what.
But it's one of those. They'd had some failures because they'd had, like the Eternals, Shang-Chi, the Marvels. They were losing money on these movies, these properties, because you got characters that a lot of people don't know unless you're a hardcore fan.
Yep.
I mean, you can get, it's funny because you see people with their grandpas and he's got like a Captain America shirt on or a Batman shirt. You can know the main characters, the bigger names. But when you start throwing like obscure properties out there, it's like, is this going to be enough to bring people in? And it's like, well, we got to hurry up and get the next one out. So you're rushing, and the quality goes down, and you've got 4 films coming out, one right after the other, within like 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah,
I don't
just
go to the movies that often.
No, I just don't think it works. I mean, there are some people that do. I mean, Perfect Pat.
Oh, Pat's at the
Perfect Pat shows, but he's got like that Regal thing where he can go like non-stop or whatever. So I mean, but that's his thing. So, but yeah, I mean, what we're gonna do, since producer Brady came up with the good ideas, we're gonna have to start doing some more reviews, which means we're gonna have to start watching some TV or something. So, yeah. But we do have a movie that we're going to be reviewing.
Yes.
Mr. Vinny Vineyard's new horror, all of his horror / comedy stuff that he's doing. This one's another local one, and we do have the official press copies of all that stuff. So we're gonna do that. And,
that's an upcoming.
So be looking out for that. So we're gonna have that. I think that'll be pretty darn fun. So
well, I mean,
his stuff's so fun. What he told me is something about Perfect Pat was a baby in the movie, and that they may never be allowed back in the La Follette post office again.
At Postmark, yeah.
So that's promising. That's
the girls
promising.
were actually in a play at Postmark, and Vinny and Pat and the gang, they were there filming. So I got to talk to everybody.
Yeah, Funk Master himself.
Yes. So this could be very interesting or very disturbing.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard of Vinny Vineyard and his movies, go back. We've done a few episodes with him. We talked to him at Brickonomicon about this upcoming film. He's done some great movies that are, I think they're freaking hilarious. The Hike was on Amazon Prime for a while.
Yes. JCH.
Yeah, WJCH 14, whatever the number is, AM. That one is my favorite that he's done.
It was.
So go and check that out. His DVD and Blu-ray box and official poster has a quote from our show on it. So that's pretty cool.
But it was one of those ones where you really like to see somebody that's independent local guy have some success. So go check it out.
You got to lean forward.
No, I gotta lean forward.
Dan Gottlieb has listened to us, said that the audio was a little bit low. We're still working with our new equipment, so we're trying to make sure we get that bumped up. So
Put it all on me.
yeah, well, we could just blame Brady, but
Yeah, come on, Brady.
we could just blame him. But no, we're still making those adjustments though. So pump up the volume on that a little bit, and we'll get it. But no, I can see that stuff with the fatigue in the shows. Not Vinny. We're changing subjects here. But with the superheroes and things like that. So that was a good discussion. And dadgummit, Wes has come up with another idea for a show. I mean, for a podcast episode, which is nuts, by the way.
What Chad won't tell you is most of the time I came up with him was we were walking up the stairs.
Yeah, but this one he actually in advance. So he's like so locked into ChatGPT
Yes.
that he's creating some pretty cool thumbnails for us. with the help of producer Abby's corrective action on some of that
Yes.
stuff.
Apparently, ChatGPT has a mind of its own.
You
Yes,
say that
too.
again.
Toy boat.
But we're yeah, it's dead.
dead.
But we're going to have some new stuff coming up. We're still going to try to record it every Tuesday, or I mean every other Thursday. That is every other Thursday. Sometimes we may have a special one in the middle if we get some, because we got some guests lined up. I have some people in the queue that want to come on the show. There is a gentleman that watches our show, and I'm not going to pull up his stuff right now, but he is doing a Dark Sun themed D&D like convention thing local. And he's got a bunch of Dark Sun games going on and stuff like that.
That's gonna be rough.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Because that was my original D&D setting for Legar. So I want to go and check that out. I think that's going to be super, super cool. So we're going to have him on the show, probably a spot on the show, and bring him in on a phone call or something and talk to him about it so he can get all your attention and in there. So,
Yes.
but hey, that's probably about it for the thing. And we've got, producer Brady is now on the payroll, and he's going to do a better job than producer Abby did. Then,
Ooh, shots fired.
now we know that, and she knows that too, probably. But that's pretty cool. And thanks for sticking with us and hanging on with us with the sound and things like that. With our,
We're working on it.
We're trying to get that squared away. We do know that the audio or the video is going to be a lot better.
Yes.
A lot more seamless and things like that. So, but yeah. As I always say, I once again come to you and ask for your support. Just create a YouTube account, and solely for the purpose of subscribing to us. We have thousands of downloads of our episodes on audio, and we love our audio listeners. But if you could just do us a solid and just go in there and subscribe to us, even if you don't want to see our ugly faces.
It just helps Chad justify buying the audio or the audio video equipment.
Yeah, we split it, yes, and that is a fact, and it is not about money because we don't get paid a thing.
If
But
you'd
we
like
would-
to pay us,
we'll take that too. But anyway, in all seriousness, if you have something that you want us to advertise or talk about, you got a con coming up, some kind of special project, something like that, let us know. We always love to help our people out and our listeners and things like that. So
like, share, subscribe us
Yep,
on
yeah.
all
that
social
good
media.
stuff. So for our new producer Brady, thank you so much. Yay! We're going to give him a round of applause. Yes. And so until next time, it's the Old Ball Man Chat with that guy there, Redneck Wes.
Yeah.